Bad news, unfortunately. The Merseyside derby's been postponed due to adverse weather conditions. There was a meeting at Goodison Park with the Merseyside Police, Liverpool City Council and officials from both clubs, and the decision was made due to the risk to safety in the local area because of the strong winds. The fixture will be rearranged and the new date will be announced in due course.
Let's recap the breaking news. Sky Sports News understands that the Friedkin Group have secured approval from the Premier League to become the new owners of Everton. The American group has been undergoing the regulatory process since agreeing a deal to purchase Farhad Moshiri's 94.1% shareholding in the club in September. The takeover is now expected to be finalised next week. We'll have more of the details on that to come ahead of them, of course, taking on Arsenal at the weekend.
Hey Rob. I'm on the couch. 2 minutes early. What? It is. Isn't it? And you've got us as well.
Arsenal versus Everton. This is the start of a difficult 3-game run. After today's game against Arsenal, Everton have to play Chelsea at home and then Manchester City away. Everton are currently 15th in the table and only 5 points above the relegation zone. 3 defeats would probably see them fall into the drop zone. So Everton are going to have to try grind out some positive results. Everton get an early chance when the ball falls to Doucouré in the box, who stalls and allows the defender to make the challenge. Everton's defense stays vigilant. Pickford is then called upon to make the save. Everton have to ride the constant pressure from the home side. Pickford then has to make a fine save down to his bottom left. Everton get a rare opportunity to counter. With no support, Ilian Daye has to do it on his own. Broja then has to do the same. Everton managed to hold on to a draw, which is probably the best result they could have hoped for away to Arsenal.
Gary, you must be very satisfied with that.
Yeah, definitely. It's a massive point. It's a tough game. We know how good of a side they are, and I think we showed how good of a team we are as well, coming down here and getting a point. So yeah, it's a massive. I would say a victory for us. It's not many people come down here and pick up points, so to do that, it's massive and take us on to the next game.
Yeah, they've been the top side, and I always say it doesn't matter if they're near the top or near the bottom. Every team in the Premier League's tough to play against, whether it's home or away. It's about how we apply ourselves on the day, stick to the game plan, suffer as a team in moments, and I think we suffered a lot, without the ball. But that's teamship, and we dug a point out, and letting them points at the end of the season become crucial.
It's an obvious thing to say, but another clean sheet in the bank as well. It must be extra pleasing for you in the recent record we've got.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's you keep clean sheets, you give yourself the best possible chance in games, and it's not just the defence. Keep saying this; it's the whole team. See how the midfield worked today. They kept going right 95 minutes, and that's what we need from now to the end of the season.
Sean, that must be a very satisfying point.
Yeah, I think super proud of the players, I always am, but I think today more so in the sense that it's quite apparent you're highly unlikely to come down to this place or a few others in the Premier League and dominate the ball. But how can you deal with it without the ball? And I thought that side of things, the tactical side of things, the commitment to the performance was terrific. A group of highly motivated players who are willing to do the hard yards and bring that teamship to the fore, and I think there was a real good show of that today. We had our moments. I've been mentioning it many times. That killer last pass, that killer finish, an ongoing challenge. But it's not easy at places like this, And I thought the resilience of the side, but also the respect for each other, because it's not easy when you're working from a defensive base for that long in a game. The midfield three I thought were terrific. I thought the fullbacks were terrific, and for virtually everyone from that side of the game. It's a big part of the game, without the ball. Of course, you've got to try and play well with the ball and want to be exciting. We had a great last home performance, winning 4-0. What about when you come into the race? What about working without the ball? And I thought we were terrific today, though.
OK, well, we start with that breaking news. The takeover of Everton is confirmed, I believe. We have Vinny O'Connor at Goodison Park for us. What can you tell us about the deal, Vinny?
As you say, Hayley, the takeover of Everton is complete. It has been acquired by the Friedkin Group. In a statement just released by Everton Football Club, it is all confirmed. In it, it says Everton Football Club has been acquired by Roundhouse Capital Holdings Limited. That is part of the Friedkin Group. It goes on to say the deal received the necessary regulatory approvals from the Premier League, the Women's Professional Leagues Limited, the Football Association and the Financial Conduct Authority. Mark Watts, incoming executive chairman of Everton Football Club, expressed his enthusiasm, and there are quotes. He says, "Today marks a momentous and proud occasion for the Friedkin Group as we become custodians of this iconic football club. We are committed to leading Everton into an exciting new era, both on and off the pitch. Providing immediate financial stability to the club has been a key priority, and we are delighted to have achieved this, while restoring Everton to its rightful place in the Premier League table will take time. Today is the first step in that journey.
A draw in their last game against Arsenal was a good result. However, because Ipswich won their game against Wolves, Everton have edged closer to the relegation zone and are only 3 points above it. Chelsea is next up, who have been in good form. Although most fans would take a draw, it's not enough to steer the team away from the drop zone. Everton are at home, so hopefully home advantage can count for something, and the Goodison Park crowd can spur the team on to get all 3 points. It will also be the first game in front of the new owners. James Garner, Tim Iroh-Bunam, Youssef Chermidi, and Dwight McNeil will all miss the game through injury. Everton will also be without Armando Broja, as he is ineligible to play against his parent club. The team train at Finch Farm ahead of their next game. Everton versus Chelsea.
James, another clean sheet, another point against a title chaser for the second time in 8 days. What does it show about how this team's playing at the minute?
Yeah, defending well, really. Yeah, keeping clean sheets. So for me as a defender, it's something I'm very proud of the team, because it's tough against these sides. They create a lot of chances against a lot of teams and score a lot of goals. So for the fact that we've kept 2 clean sheets in 2 games against the teams we have done, we can be proud. And that's not just the back four and goalkeeper, that's everyone.
And this is a team that came into this game with an 8-match winning streak, so that's what we've stopped. And I know adding that attacking quality, but you felt we did that today. Certainly in the second half, we had some chances. We actually looked like more likely to find that winner.
Yeah, actually, I felt it in the game that we'd always create a chance today, especially with the conditions. It would have been uncomfortable for them at times. We got the ball forward. I thought Eddie was exceptional on the wing, creating chances. And then the energy second half felt right, and just a shame we couldn't score.
I mean, statistically, you are part of one of the best defences in Europe now, and yes, we all know we're kind of finding those wins more importantly, but that is such a crucial thing to build on, isn't it?
Yeah, I think we will win games at some point if we keep keeping clean sheets, because we'll find a way to score goals in very minor details. And it's not just the forward lads. I think the set pieces need to be a little bit better because we're a big threat from them last year. But as a team, if we keep defending like that, we will definitely win games in the coming weeks.
Your reflections on that game, please. It looked a bit of a battle at times in the conditions.
Yeah, tough conditions. Certainly worse when you're on the pitch side. Both teams tried to operate in very different ways, obviously. Then with possession, us without possession, but finding a way to get another clean sheet and a good point and a deserved point, I think, on the day. I think it was a fair result, actually, and managers share different views. I'm not sure they'd feel that, but I thought it was a fair result. I thought both teams had good half chances, a couple of good quality chances. Both teams are going at it in their different ways to try and win.
Draws against Arsenal and Chelsea must start to build up a little bit of confidence.
Well, I think there's 5 out of 6 clean sheets, 7 in 10 or something like that. Now, we knew we had to correct that early season. The challenge now is to find that balance. I've spoken about endlessly. But we're playing some tough teams. These are a good outfit. You don't spend £1 billion to get weaker. I think they've got a good manager who's impressed so far this season, finding his way in the Premier League and how to operate with the players he's got, and he's doing a good job of it. So, we know some of the prowess of some of these teams, and I think for us to keep another clean sheet, and a very valid one, I thought, was pleasing.
Nice to send the Friedkin guys with at least a point and not seeing a defeat here in the first game.
It wasn't my only goal, trust me, to do that, but it's a nice add-on. I've had a good meeting with them. They seem like really, really good people, very serious people, but in a nice, relaxed manner, sharing thoughts, and that's gone well. But of course, I said to you the other day, I'm not naive. You've got to win games. People keep talking about my own position, win games, and they've made it clear they're supportive of my role and what I've done here and what they hope I do. Got to win games. I'm not naive enough to think any other.
Man City versus Everton. The team arrive at the Etihad Stadium. Everton get the game underway. City take the lead. Everton tried to find an equalizer. but to no prevail. Everton break forward again, with a long ball upfield to Coleman. Goal. Everton equalize. Man City are awarded a penalty. Pickford saves. And Holland is offside for the rebound. Everton look for a winner. But failed to take their chances. The Everton defense keep battling at the back. And the game ends in a draw. Everton managed to pick up a point in each of their 3 previous games, but still sit at 3 points above relegation. They have games coming up against Nottingham Forest and Bournemouth, who are both flying high in the table. So these are not going to be easy games for Everton. Defeats in these 2 games could pile the pressure on Everton and the manager. But for now, Seamus Coleman and Iliam Dye speak after the game.
Ilya, another point on the road and another goal for yourself. How good did that feel today?
Yeah, it felt good. Would have been better if we got a 3 point. I think it's good point. Have a few decent games for the past weeks. It's been tough, but obviously we're sticking as a team, and yeah, it's a good point.
Hard fought, but I assume you feel well deserved the point you got here today.
I think so, yeah. It was always going to be a tough shift coming here. We know they've not been in the best of form, but they're a side full of top players, and going 1-0 down wasn't easy, but we showed the spirit that we have amongst the group at the minute, and very happy to get a point out of here.
Talk us through your goal. I know you didn't get many chances in front of goal, but the one you did get, you took superbly well. Talk us through sort of that goal itself.
Yeah, the ball comes to me, and as I'm touching everything, I just see that bit was wide open. So I just quick touch, quick thinking. Obviously, because the keeper wouldn't be able to, get set on his feet and things like that. So yeah, I feel like it was good taken goodly.
Was their recent form something that galvanised you? You don't get results here too often. Did you feel it was possible today?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's the way football works. You always understand when teams maybe are going through a tough time, or when you're coming to somewhere when teams are on form. And listen, top players, unbelievable manager, but like us all, go through tough times, and we felt there was an opportunity today, and listen, we come away with a point. I think at the end we could have possibly got another to make it all 3, but very happy with the point today.
A point against another of the Premier League's top teams, and it could have been 3, couldn't it? So what's your mood at the moment?
It could have been 3. I think they would have been stretching it. I think they're a very good outfit. For the game, you're wondering, are they going to click again? Because they will do at some point. And I thought we did well to stop that from happening as a team. And they scored, and it was a scruffy one. A lucky one, dare I say it, with a strange sort of spin on the ball which takes it in. And you wonder, but that seemed to settle us down. I don't think we were as good as we have been the last few games at that stage. We settled down a little bit, and then we scored a fine goal ourselves. And And then we defended very well for the rest of the game. And of course, I mean, we had chances to break away in the second half and one right at the end when you do wonder if we could have nicked it. But I think it would have been harsh on them. So I think we take the point.
Towards the bottom of the table, Nottingham Forest riding high, 5 points above.
Everton versus Nottingham Forest.
Nottingham Forest, 4 wins in a row.
It's the last game of 2024 and the halfway point of the season. Will Everton end the year with a win?
A run of 4 straight victories, and they know how to grab.
Everton and Nottingham Forest, 2 teams are in very good form in the Premier League at the moment. Ever fixture at Goodison Park back in 1892.
Informed striker Chris Wood gives the away side the lead. A loose ball from Decore gives Forest a 2-goal lead in the second half. Everton lose the game.
I thought they did what they've done to a lot of teams this season. Played at counter-attack football, played it very well, by the way. That's not a slight on them at all. They stayed organised, played forward quickly, not having loads of passes around the back and asked questions and scored, well, 1 good goal. Poor from us, but the second goal is farcical from us. You know, you can't give away goals. Particularly not against a side who are in that kind of form and renowned this season, particularly for being very organised and hard to break down.
Were you disappointed with the ease with which they were able to enact their game plan?
I was disappointed simply because the first half our players did the opposite of what we told them, which is very frustrating as a manager, trust me, and as a team of coaches, and I've told them that because we analysed it, we looked at the things that we wanted to do and didn't offer anything that we expected us to deliver, and got done with a poor goal from us defensively, which is unusual lately, I will say that. And they did the basics better than us in the first half. Second half, we acted a bit better and we asked a few more questions. Didn't really open them up, but by then they're 2-0 up after a soft goal, and they've shown this season they're hard to open up when they're in front. And they've got players who are on form. I thought the centre forward, Chris Wood, who obviously I know well, I thought he was excellent, and he was excellent without having too many touches of the ball. But his commitment to it, his work ethic, his desire, and he gets himself another goal.
What was it that you were hoping to see that you didn't see in that first half?
Playing quickly, playing with tempo, playing quickly, playing forwards quickly, stretching the back four as it happened. I know it changed just for, well, it looked like it changed. Maybe they were going to fall. It looked like it changed with an injury. And asking as many questions by playing quickly and playing a tempo game. And we didn't. We went completely the opposite, played slowly, rolled it at the back, went pointlessly at times. And then it was just too method bound. You know, there wasn't enough questions. And I mean, the madness of football is Illy does a brilliant bit of skill. And if he slings one in the corner, unfortunately it's it over. But, you know, you never know. It's different then. Jared has half a shout for a penalty. I've seen it back. It's one of them weird ones. Outside the box it gets given. Inside the box it doesn't. We can never work out that. But you've got to get on the right side of the margins. We have done better recently. And it's a really frustrating one without a shadow of a doubt today, particularly the first half.
Bournemouth versus Everton. Everton are on the back foot from the off. And the Cherries take the lead. But is ruled offside. Chances keep coming for the home side. Pickford keeps the score level. But shortly after, the home side take the lead.
Tight game that they edged, as they have been doing this season. They've had a very good season, a very strong side, particularly here. I thought first half was a close affair, but we weren't where we wanted to be, so I made changes for the second half. I thought we were stronger second half, and we're getting to key areas, and that's been a challenge since I've been at the club, finding that last moment, you know, pass when they could shoot and that sort of thing, and the final cross, the final finish, and we don't find that, so it's very frustrating. It's a tight game that went against us.
No shots on target. It took 81 minutes to get one against Forest the other day. What needs to change?
Yeah, well, but you need to change the amount of shots we get on target, the amount of goals we score. That's what needs to change.
Do you believe you can do that with the squad you've got?
Well, we've certainly been trying. We've been trying for 2 years to do that. It's very difficult to find players who are that cutting edge and ones who can score a goal.
What concerned are you by the failure to initially to turn forward?
Well, it's a reality. I've said since I've been at the club. I knew the reality. Well, I didn't actually when I first got here. Let's say the reality shifted significantly, which we've spoken about. But these are the realities. You know, this is a squad. These are the players we've got. This is trying to constantly mould players into a more offensive unit whilst defending properly.
What reassurances can you give to fans or the new owners?
No reassurances of any kind, because the reality of football matches, every time that whistle blows, no manager can reassure anything. No manager can reassure every result goes your way.
So do you very much see this case of season in the relegation battle?
No, I've never said any different than the facts are the facts. At the beginning of the season, there was all this noise about we've had this big window and we can do this and we can do that. The last season in the old lady and all that sort of stuff. And I made it clear. I said, I don't know where that's all come from. I made it clear at the beginning of the season. I made it clear at the end of last season because you were there. And I said, by the way, there is miles to go with this story. Miles to go, and there still is. The new ownership will bring stability. They've made that clear. And over time, they'll build. That's it. The rest of it is as is. The rest of it is working constantly with a group of players to try and win football matches. But I tried to make it clear. Everyone said they wanted the truth. I told them the truth, and then don't want the truth. What do you want me to tell you? I've tried to be honest with you. You keep asking me, and I keep reflecting on the truth that I've told you.
In the last hour, Sky Sports News understands that Everton's new owners have been assessing the future of Sean Dyche over the weekend. They were beaten 1-0 at Bournemouth and now failed to score in 4 of their last 5 games.